The man set off bombs, and the casino spectators scattered and fled. But the manager immediately sensed something was wrong. Judging from the man's words and actions, all of them reveal a false word. Sure enough, this guy was just acting. Just now, the uncle took out all his 6 million yuan worth of money. He replaced them all with marble cards. Immediately after, he took out a statue. Stop praying. The onlookers thought he lost in foolishness, but little did they know, this is all part of Kai's plan. The uncle inside the casino is nothing but bait. He is the executor of this battle at this moment. The uncle had completely lost his mind, mindlessly firing marbles at the swamp. Don't care at all how much money is spent. This unusual behavior immediately alerted the store manager, because he clearly saw that the uncle wasn't playing with any determination to win. He immediately realized the other side was secretly plotting some kind of plan. To be safe, he personally came to the hall to supervise, just as expected. Even though he was so close to the uncle, still, they failed to notice the opponent's desire for victory. In contrast, the uncle was so fierce in his argument. Soon, 3 million was spent, but he didn't hesitate. He stuffed in another one. Then, just like before, the door confronted the store manager, but he showed no sign of cheating. He mistakenly thought he was overthinking it. So after seeing that the other party had spent all their money, they finally felt reassured and prepared to return to the lounge. Unexpectedly, the uncle started smashing machines and kept cursing angrily. The casino cheats and reveals the secret of remote control. Seeing the situation getting worse, the manager immediately ordered his subordinates to take him to the office. But unexpectedly, the uncle broke open the statue. What lay before his eyes was a bomb, and he didn't hesitate. The fuse was ignited in a frenzy, terrifying everyone. No one dared to step forward to stop them, but the store manager noticed something was off. Although the uncle showed signs of mutual destruction, but he couldn't sense the courage of dying for his father at all. It was as if they were deliberately acting thinking of this. The store manager suddenly understood. He told everyone that the explosives were fake. The other person's real purpose is simply to get their attention. Afterwards, he hurriedly led his men back to the control room. Just as expected, inside, they found Case who had come in by the previous route. The manager was overjoyed by the scene, mocking Keys for always being clever, so she entered the vault password right in front of him. In an instant, the mechanism hidden in the bookshelf was activated. What catches your eye is the wall covered in money. Case was stunned by the scene, and his expression of disbelief. This made the store manager even more convinced of his suspicions. Esti knew the casino was hiding a sum of money. Then, before using the strategy of luring the tiger away from the mountain to steal, the reason he deliberately came to the control room was definitely to scout the spot early. To punish the thread split, the manager inserted the pump into the man's finger, then slowly rotated. The steel needles inside the screws behind kept piercing the nail blade, causing a sharp pain in his heart. The pain suddenly struck, continuously circling the steel needle. This pain was like an electric current, worth millions of volts, continuously striking every muscle of the thread. By the time the first round of punishment ended, his fingernails were already stained with blood. However, the nightmare was only just beginning. Next, he still has 9 fingernails to be punished. And so, after suffering inhuman torture, Uncle and Keith were eventually thrown onto the street, looking at his 10 bloody fingers, cast swearing to make the store manager pay the price. Meanwhile, the casino immediately called in repair personnel. Damaged slot machines were repaired. Soon, the swamp returned to normal. To avoid affecting the casino's operations, the manager decided to open the casino tonight. But after the uncle incident, many suspected the casino was cheating. So for 3 days in a row, no one paid attention. Strict daily adjustments, both ringing and ringing, afraid that Case and his group would launch another surprise attack. Originally, it was a matter of course. Finally, the matter came to an end. Suddenly, my junior came to report that Case and his group had come again. The store manager glanced at his watch. It was found that he had only a little over 7 hours left on the ground, so he mistakenly thought Case had already desperately jumped over the wall. He wanted to use the 800,000 he had to risk his money at the table. He is suitable to be held. When the manager came to the lobby to welcome him, Case ignored him completely. He led the group as they walked past in a standstill, then headed straight for the second floor. Wenjin's bodyguard was slammed down. Broke. Not a single coin. Still playing with some kind of yarn. The swamp can be left 1 second. Endo opened the safe. What catches his eye is a box full of money. This scene left the manager puzzled. The other party had clearly failed twice. Why insist on coming here to get killed, just as he was about to reject Cass? But Cass was the first to leave, mocking him as a coward. At the slightest risk, they want to avoid it. As soon as these words were spoken, this instantly ignited the manager's competitive spirit. Although he knew Cass must have some agenda, but he has absolute confidence in the swamp's defense system. At the same time, he was full of curiosity about Kai's scheme, so she accepted his challenge without hesitation. And while Keith was undergoing a magnetic examination, The group's second-in-command called the store manager to ask, did Keith enter the casino to gamble? After receiving a positive response, Black Flag flew into a rage because that guy couldn't do something he wasn't sure about. So guess that the opponent has a 50% chance of winning. The manager, having convinced Wenting of the swamp, immediately retorted. He also stated, the swamp is a flawless machine. There is absolutely no way anyone could win it over. Hearing the manager's confident answer, he couldn't be bothered to keep battling him. In short, if you lose the 700 million from the prize pool, it is not just a matter of saying, if I lose, I'll be done. Next are the details of this episode. Analyzing the uncle's actions of smashing machines in the casino, besides attracting the casino's attention to Caius. Actually, there is another plan hidden behind it. Because if he only wanted attention, he would just pull out a bomb. In the previous episode, Keith came up with a way to break through the swamp from so-called fragments. This shows that the uncle's smashing of machines is actually beneficial for carrying out his plan. On the other side, the manager grabs keys, thinking he is about to steal money. Clearly, his guess was wrong. First, Case didn't know where the casino's money was. Next, from the shock on his face when he saw the wall covered in cash. This shows he had just learned about the casino situation. Put it here, when Case returns, the store manager accepted his challenge. This act exposed his arrogance. He could have refused the challenge. This is to stall for the other party's time, yet overconfidence in his own judgment and the casino system. The risks involved are ignored. Meanwhile, second-in-command Heichi, as an outsider, sees things more clearly. He knew very well that Kaisi would never do it, a battle without confidence. This reveals that even the smartest people, it is also easy to be defeated by your own vanity and curiosity.